Well, looks like we're going to try to do this again since the screen wanted to start recording again. So I had this prophetic dream a few months ago, and it took place as um, as I was going to this building, this piece of property. It was like a large apartment complex, and the sky was gray, overcast, and everything in the dream was kind of dull and dreary. And just remember the green grass and a black pavement going up towards the entrance of this building. Here's a picture I drew of the building. And so as I went to the front entrance, it opened up to a large foyer, and it was like a rounded room, and it had a dome top. There was a skylight that gave natural light into the building. And the reason why we were there, I felt like we were there for like an open house or something, like to purchase it or to prospect it or something. And that people had already arrived at the place and was already partaking in the open house before I got there. And as I was making my way up the stairs, there was like multiple stories to this building, and they're kind of like offset like this. And so as we got, and each stairway was wide at the bottom, and each one that went up each stairway became narrower and narrower, and it was curved like this as the shape of the that foyer. So as I was making my way up the first set of stairs, and each stairway was like five or six people wide, and then four, three, and then close to like two or one at the top. As I made my way up that first stair, I could see up to where that first like little balcony was, because the stairways went up, but then they kind of the walkway went back to kind of align the each of the apartment doors, and I could see someone I knew, and it was like a pastor, and I was like, "Oh hey," and I wanted to engage and say what's up, and they just kind of ignored me, and they went right into the room. I remember they were wearing like a dark black clothes. They just ignored me, went straight into the room. So as I was going along, the whole building just seemed very liminal space. Okay, picking up where we left off. My phone overheated and couldn't record anymore. So the space was like very liminal space. And as I was making my way up the stairs, I just like looked back and looked over the open area of the foyer, and a death curdling like scream and like torment and like someone being attacked or a victim of some kind was resonating out of the room that was just up the stairs from me. So I was at the base of the second story, and at the third one there was that screaming. So I immediately, the presence of God was on me, like to investigate and to be like, I gotta do something about it and to investigate what was happening. So I ran up the stairs and immediately went and opened the door and went inside. what I noticed is that there was no furniture in the building. Everything was like gray and, white, um, like a carpeted floor. And there's mirrors on the walls, like on some of the doors and just in the living room area and stuff like that. As I made my way into and past the living room area, I went into one of the bedrooms. And these this apartment complex is really weird, very like stretched out. So like this first floor, this first apartment would be as long as this whole stretch. And that'd be one apartment, multiple rooms. And so I went into that first like master bedroom kind of area, and I found the child. He was like half my height, um, wearing like a white or gray shirt, plain shirt, and shorts, black shorts. And I just started asking him questions like, what was going on? Like, is this like, where are your parents? Like, were you attacked? Like, what's going on? And as I was asking him, like, if there was anyone else in the room with him or in the this apartment with him, immediately a presence came upon the whole room that we were in, and it just became very dark and very eerie. And then the lights just went out, and it was just like, and I heard them screaming again. And in that commotion, he ended up running outside of the that room. He went deeper into the apartment. I was like, okay, this is some witchcraft. This is some demonic oppression. This is some evil stuff. I don't even know if this kid is like alive or if he's just an apparition or something. But I didn't even want to deal with it. So it freaked me out because it caught me off guard. And so I just decided, all right, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to find help or do something that's productive instead of being here or being drawn or led further in to something that could be very dangerous. And so I went out back through the living room area and made my way back to the stairway. And as soon as I opened the door, a whole group of people were down at the ground floor, and they were all gray. They were all bland, plain looking people. And they were all looking at me and pointing and had this grimacing face on them. And they were all accusing me that I was the cause of whatever was going on in that room. I was like, I figured like there was like 30 people all accusing me, all coming to conclusions based only on outward appearance and circumstances, So I was like, man, this is deja vu because I've been in situations where I've been falsely accused and stuff. I was like, I'm not even going to deal with this. I'm not even going to try to defend myself. All these 30 people are going to just twist my words and try to use it against me and make me seem like I'm guilty or something. So as I was making my way down the stairs, I was just keeping quiet, staying silent. And I could see someone in the midst of them, one person that stood out, and they did not look like they were a part of that crowd at all. And actually, they were the only person that had color in the dream. Like they were wearing like a pink jacket or something like that. And the person was very beautiful, had clear skin. And like I could see from even far away up the stairs that this person was very different compared to the people that had a nasty look on their face and pointing their fingers, accusing me. And as I was making my way down the stairs, the Spirit of the Lord was saying, like look and analyze, because I was looking for an advocate. Like, is there anyone in this crowd that is not falsely accusing me? And I saw her in the midst of them, and she had her arms crossed like this and was in that, like, have the stance, like, analyzing and trying to figure out what was actually going on. And I could tell, like, the spirit of wisdom was upon this person. And so I still wasn't going to make my defense. I still wasn't going to say anything, because they already come to their conclusion. You know, how am I going to defend myself against 30 people that don't know anything? And so, with that, I made my way down the stairs. I'm like, look, if they're going to accuse me too, then so be it. This is not worth my time to even waste my energy. And as I went along, I went outside the building, went out, and I ended up waking up. So the person that was in that dream, you know who you are. For context, I never watched any of your videos before. I didn't even know who you are until very recently, when you released a video that talked about this very dream that I'm talking about. So this is a confirmation to that, and to anyone else that is involved in this situation. I already know everything about, like, the insight and the wisdom surrounding what the dream means. So, but yeah, this is the dream that the Lord had instructed me to make a video of. So, thank you for watching.